Sciatica can cause pain, making it hard to move well and stay active. These gentle exercises and stretches are easy to perform and are designed to strengthen and lengthen your body so that you can enjoy your life. But before we begin, I'd love to tell you about SilverSneakers Live. SilverSneakers Live features classes curated for you, from yoga to strength training and from balance and stability classes to line dancing, all led by certified instructors. And this experience comes at no additional cost to you. Click on the first link in the description box below to check your eligibility. Our first movement is going to be a gentle spinal extension. If you have a lot of discomfort, starting with a pillow underneath your hips or underneath your belly and hips might be optimal, and grabbing a towel for progressions will be great. So I'm going to start at hands and knees. Remember, you can be on your bed, you can be on the couch, you can be on a mat. And then the pillow would go underneath your hips if you have one. If you're experiencing more discomfort, that pillow can really feel good. Bringing your hands to a goalpost or even stacking your fists and resting your forehead on your fists can feel good. And just release. You can even shift gently from hip to hip and then center. Give yourself a few moments to relax, and this might be all that you need for the moment. If this extension causes your pain to radiate further towards your knee, then this isn't the movement for you today. So as you settle in, you can inhale and add some press-ups. So once your sciatic pain has calmed, you might want to start some low, easy press-ups, thinking about distributing an arch in your back evenly. Lifting through your heart and lowering. And as you progress, you can bring the hands in closer to the shoulder or the bottom ribs, and then lift with a gentle squeeze to your gluteals, always being aware of how it feels in your body. And to progress, taking the towel and placing it under the affected sides, hip, so it feels a little uneven. You can do your press-ups from there. Lengthening always as you extend your spine, starting with the lift of the rib cage. Never pushing where your body doesn't want to go. Just take a moment and make sure that your hips, knees, and ankles are in alignment. I'm going to begin with pelvic tilts, posterior tilts. So I'll tuck the tailbone under and my lower back will flatten against the floor, against my mat. So I'm exhaling, and then I'll inhale and gently arch. The posterior tilt, that flattening of the back, might feel better for some people, depending on what's going on that's causing your sciatic pain. And sometimes an anterior tilt feels better. Support this with core engagement. So bracing your core as you tilt gently. Never forcing this tilt. So notice I'm slowly pressing the top of my pelvis down. It's a posterior tilt of my pelvis. And then I'm gonna arch. And coming back to neutral. The next movement we can do straight from here is a glute bridge. Again, we're supporting from the core. My hands will support me as well, tucking the shoulder blades under, lengthening the back of the neck, and your gaze lifts up above your knees. And for a glute bridge, again, you're paying attention to how your body feels, but press the four corners of your feet into the floor, press down and lift the hips until you feel the front of your body is long and the back of the body is engaged. We're supporting hip function here as we come down, hinging up, and down. Now, to begin with, your bridges can be small, just a little lift. And as you get stronger, you might be able to lift higher, using less support from the hands and more engagement in the back body to drive this bridge. You can even get a little engagement at the very top. Press up, pause, squeeze the back body gently, and then slowly come down. 3, 2, 1. Lifting. Working up from 1 or 2 repetitions to 10 to 15. And we'll perform a sciatic glide, a little floss. So drawing the knee in without yanking hard, we're just supporting it. All we need to do is lengthen the leg, it doesn't need to be straight, and flex, dorsiflex the foot reaching through the heel, and then bend. You may not need too many repetitions, you don't want to irritate the nerve. Just a few might be really helpful without going overboard. We'll stop at the top and plant our flex or point the toe, and then dorsiflex or lift the heel. Again, only on the affected side. Let's move straight into a figure 4 stretch. So taking the affected side, we'll lift up and place the ankle right superior to the knee, right above the knee. You can walk your foot away from your hip if it feels like too much. This might be enough to get a stretch through the side of the hip, through that piriformis area. Or walk the foot up closer to the hip, thinking for now about aiming the knee gently away. Or you can even take one hand between the thighs and the other hand on the outside, and this is quite an intense stretch. Holding it for a moment, up to 30 seconds or so. Now, a variation on this would be to bring this a little closer in, and we're going to bring the knee towards the opposite shoulder until you feel a nice stretch through the hip, through the side of the hip. You can even kind of round the opposite shoulder towards the knee until you find just the right spot. And then release. Consistency is more important than increasing your intensity when it comes to decreasing pain and preventing sciatica. So be sure to make time for these movements twice a week, and as you progress, daily to decrease symptoms. Remember, if a stretch or exercise increases your pain or causes it to travel further down your leg, discontinue immediately. And until I see you again, stay strong, consistent, and pain-free. And for more movement motivation, check out our live classes at the link below.